What's the longest secret you've ever kept? I was 19, working at a small electronics store in my hometown. The owner, Mr. Caldwell, was this 60-something guy who'd built the business from nothing. He treated his employees like family, paid us above minimum wage when he didn't have to, and closed the shop for 2 weeks every summer so we could all have paid vacation. That December, right before Christmas rush, I was closing up alone. I just counted the register and was about to lock the safe when I heard the back door open. "Hello?" I called out, thinking maybe Mr. Caldwell had forgotten something. No answer. I walked toward the stockroom, and that's when I saw him, a guy in a black hoodie shoving our newest shipment of laptops into a duffel bag. "Hey!" I shouted without thinking. He spun around, and I recognized him immediately. Jason Mercer. We'd gone to high school together. He wasn't a friend exactly, but we'd had classes together, nodded in hallways. "Mike," he said, looking as surprised as I felt. "Don't, please, just go back out front for 10 minutes. I can't do that," I said, though my voice shook. "Put that stuff back." He shook his head. "My mom's sick, really sick. Insurance won't cover her treatment. I just need enough to—" "This isn't the way," I interrupted. "Mr. Caldwell's a good guy. This would crush him." Jason's eyes hardened. "What do you care? You're just an employee." "I'm calling the cops," I said, reaching for my phone. What happened next is still a blur. Jason lunged forward. We struggled, and somehow I pushed him harder than I meant to. He fell backward, his head hitting the corner of a metal shelf with a sickening crack. The silence afterward was deafening. "Jason?" I whispered, kneeling beside him. Blood pooled beneath his head. His eyes stared at nothing. I checked for a pulse with trembling fingers. Nothing. I sat there for what felt like hours, but was probably only minutes, my mind racing. I thought about calling 911, explaining it was an accident, but would they believe me? Would anyone? I made a decision that night that I've lived with ever since. I cleaned everything, meticulously, wrapped Jason in the tarp we used for deliveries, waited until 3 a.m., used the store van to drive to the abandoned quarry outside town. I won't describe the rest. The next day, Jason Mercer was reported missing. A month later, they found his car at the bus station 2 towns over. They figured he'd skipped town. No one ever found him. I quit the job 3 months later, claiming college was too demanding. I couldn't look Mr. Caldwell in the eye anymore. I've checked the case status online every year since then. It's still open, but labeled inactive. Sometimes I convince myself it was self-defense, that I didn't mean for it to happen. Other times, I wake up at night thinking about his mother, who lost her son while fighting cancer. She died 2 years later, never knowing what happened to him. "You okay?" my wife asked me this morning, catching me staring into my coffee. "You look like you're a million miles away." "Just tired," I said, smiling at her. "Nothing important. 15 years, and the weight hasn't gotten any lighter. If anything, it's heavier now that I have kids of my own."